Boys,
Hello.
happy Tuesday night.
What's up, y'all?
How are we doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Mike, can we see your nuts to start the episode?
Give us a live view.
Can we see your sack? Can you air your nuts live on the air? That's great. Yep, that's what we want. Mike, in fact, just keep the camera there for the rest of this episode, if you don't mind. Okay, well, great. So I got myself, obviously, Tyler and Michael reporting live for all 10 of our listeners. All 10 of you, we appreciate you and we love you. So we will keep pounding content down your throats in a way of podcasting and in a sexual way. So anyway, boys, we're doing great. We're vibing. It's Tuesday night. We got the Brewer game on right now. It's a little 3-3 action here in a kind of a make it or break it time for the crew. So we're 2.5 games out of the wild card. We've been playing some pretty good baseball. And now our next 8 games, we have our next 2 against the Cardinals in St. Louis. We have 3 against the Yankees and then 3 against the Mets. So if this is
it's not looking good.
Make it or break it right now. We
started off the game hot today. I think we had 2 runs in the first inning.
We gave it back. That's what we do.
We gave it back right away.
Yeah. So it's overall kind of a tough look. So both of you guys getting dinner with your parents this evening. How was it?
It was great. I got some chicken fajitas.
Where'd you go, patron?
To the Chancery.
Tu eres tu puta. Puta.
Okay.
You went to the Chancery?
Yeah, it's a good.
You still have Chanceries?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh man, I thought Chanceries went extinct.
There's only one, I think.
I think there's only one lingering around. Is it the one like on like by Frank on the way to Franklin, like 27th Street? Is that the one that?
It's in Mequon on the main
Island
road.
Mequon.
Island Road. There's 2.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, panning it over to Mike. How was your dinner?
Good. I beforehand I did a quick round of 9 holes with Big Bad, my dad, Mark Krupo. We went to this golf course. It used to be Deer Creek Golf Course in New Berlin, and it shut down years ago because like there was some sort of disease in the grass. And what they're doing is they're trying to like rehab the golf course, but it's still work in progress. It only costs $10. Here's the reason why. The first hole, there's a pin, but there's not a green. There's like a spray painted sign that says, if you hit your ball within 10 feet of this hole with shitty grass all around, count 1 putt. If it's within 20 feet, count it as 2 putts.
Oh man.
Wow, you couldn't have had a very solid round today.
No, it was great. That was fun. Let me tell you. But Max, I know you were talking about the Brewers earlier, and I'll be honest, I'm probably going to be checked out of MLB season until it comes to the World Series because
I've been pretty checked out.
Yeah, week 1 of football.
Football.
Yeah,
let's talk football.
Let's talk football. What's hot? What's not for the football world?
You know what? By the way, I can appreciate that you guys are checking out. It's been a very frustrating Brewers season, but you are talking to a diehard baseball fan and a diehard Brewers fan. I will never let go. As many times as I say I'm pissed off at this team and I'm sick of them and I want to kill them and all of them can suck on my wee-wee. Like the reality of the matter is they're still in it and they're still fighting. So I will still root them on as long until the very, very end, till the fat lady sings, as one might say. But anyway, let's get right into what's hot, what's not. So who wants to start us off today? Ty, you got us?
I can start us. So
Ty, by the way, I want to tell you, I think your camera quality has taken a large step up today. Did you get like a new camera or better lighting or?
No, it's just same old.
Maybe it's just you. I mean, are you using?
I'm just looking good today. I'm just glowing.
Are you using a new skin complexion or a new like shower gel or anything like that? Just your skin looks great.
No, nothing new, man. Just
All right.
vibing, just living life.
All right. Well, just thought I'd ask. So, how are you?
So for my what's hot, I've got two. One of them I want to ask you guys about. Max, did you ever watch that video I sent you with the Aaron Rodgers Sunday conversation?
Yeah.
You did watch it with Caleb Presley?
Yeah.
I think we should show that to the audience. It is the funniest fucking thing.
We can tell the audience to go watch it. We don't need to show them the whole
Oh,
video.
please. That'd be
No,
so
no.
Oh.
Putting that down. No, go watch it though. It was really, really good. It was
one of the funniest things I've ever watched. Just Caleb Presley just asked the most ridiculous questions. Basically, barely an interview. Mike, have you seen it?
No, I don't even know. Like,
I'll have to
give
send
me
it
a
to
little
you.
teaser or something.
Dude, he does that with all of his interviews. You know that, right? He makes
yeah, I know. But
interviews.
Let me give a little teaser. How about that?
Okay, that's fine.
A 2-minute teaser.
The 2-minute peen tickler.
Is it sharing?
Hey, you with the low main. Time to start selling homes.
What? Let's make this real, Mr. Realtor.
Skip it.
Rogers.
All right, just play the whole thing.
Yeah,
The whole thing?
true.
This is so great.
Method?
I'm not.
Why not? Don't you want to play till you're old?
I am old.
Yeah.
And I'm still playing.
I know.
Oh, you know.
What makes you the most mad about being in the NFL?
What?
What makes you the most mad about being in the NFL?
Most
And I think
mad?
you heard me the first time, but I'll say it again.
He's so sassy.
Probably commissioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with that dude?
It's the hugs at the draft that I just
You like kisses?
no.
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 You never kissed a commissioner?
No.
Then why do you not get suspended?
For what?
Shouldn't you have been suspended last year? Don't you think?
I don't think. No.
You like Jeopardy?
I do.
What is a word that sounds like vaccinated but doesn't mean it?
Immunized? What
Uh-oh.
is?
Correct.
Okay, wrap it.
Hold on. Just the one part. I'll cut it at this one part.
Is our sponsor. Is that okay?
Yeah, I see that.
You'll see what I mean. This
Yeah,
part.
love it.
You want to just say real fast, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I love my Memphis.
No, can't do it.
Okay. Is this okay if we
Then
blindfold
after
you
this
up?
part, I'll cut it.
Yeah, just don't touch me.
It's so
Well,
ridiculous.
we have to.
That's my nose.
They had to like pre-talked about this.
I don't think they did because Aaron Rodgers looked pissed after they did this.
Oh my god, this is so
That's my
ridiculous.
left arm.
Hmm?
That's my left arm.
It's my bench.
It's like the GTA. It's like the GTA when you die in Grand Theft Auto. Immunized.
Yeah, that was.
Highly encourage you to go watch the rest of it. Just he does such a great job with asking such ridiculous questions.
I'd encourage you to watch all of his interviews. They're all hilarious.
I went on a little rabbit hole today. I watched a few of them. The Post Malone one's really funny.
Did you see Luke Combs?
No.
He did Luke Combs. That one was really funny too. He's like Luke Combs. Or he was like Lucas Combs. He's like, my name's Luke.
Oh boy. All right. I'll say my other what's hot for just when we talk general sports, just because that was a long one. But my what's not, the Packers. They had a horror. How about their week this week, guys? Fucking terrible. Everything was not working. I mean, you got to talk about it. We're Packers fans. We talk to the Packers audience. Terrible week. I still have high hopes for everything. You know, I think the tone of the first drop of the game really, set it for us and set the mood. And having Jair not guard Justin Jefferson just absolutely baffles me. I still don't understand why Jair was not on there.
We'll cover all this too in our main segment, but yeah, Packers.
Packers just a little, prelude. Packers brutal week.
They were giving rim jobs all day on the field. Just brutal. So bad. Right?
Yeah, Justin Jefferson was out there. giving everyone.
All right. For my what's hot, I have two. First one, to keep it NFL related. You guys probably already know about this, but it's going to be the Chiefs safety, Justin Reed. He came into the game when their kicker, Harrison Butker, had an apparent ankle injury. He used to be a kicker in high school. He played soccer. He drilled the PAT, and on the kickoff, he booted it through the uprights. So nice job, emergency kickers,
that's pretty sick.
Justin Reed. My other what's hot, if you guys didn't know what happened, but last night was the Emmys. And once again, for best actor in comedy, Ted Lasso won, Jason Sudeikis. So that's his second in a row.
Such a great show. You guys have to watch that show.
I like Lasso.
When he accepted his Emmy last year, I believe they were virtual.
He was big.
Yeah, he was chopped when they cut to him when he was like accepting Zoom. So, and the other one that I kind of really love for best variety talk show was Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. He kind of does like YouTube clips where he just goes a deep dive into issues, and he does it in a very kind of comical yet informing way. All right, my what's not is going to be Chicago Bears, quote unquote, new turf field.
Oh, damn it. I was going to talk about that.
Oh, shit. Well, they resodded it last week. It poured rain and it was a mess. My other what's not, this is not NFL or sports related at all. But apparently a few days ago at an airport in Italy, in Milan, there was a guy arrested in a wheelchair. Why was he arrested, you may ask? Well, they found over $1.4 million of coke inside of his wheelchair. So
Jesus, that guy is literally high rolling.
What a baller. That's a Don Pablo. Let's go buy and move.
Jesus. Mike, before you move on though, since you were talking about the Emmys, did you see Brandon Fraser come back?
He's major comeback. What do you have, like a 6-minute standing ovation?
Yeah, you got a 6-minute standing ovation. Max, I don't know if you remember him. He's from Journey to the Center of the Earth. He was the Mummy main character. He hasn't acted in 15 years. He actually got like assaulted and he had some injuries on some of his movies, but he's back. I mean, he's looking big, but he's back and it's cool to see it. See him back out there. Brandon Fraser, he was in the Mummy. He was the main guy in the Mummy.
Oh, I think I do know who that is.
He pretty much is known for like giving The Rock a chance in Hollywood. I forget if it was one of the Mummy movies or which one it was exactly, but he accepted like Chris Rock's like first big Hollywood role, kind of took him under his wing. So he's influenced a lot of people in Hollywood. I'll be honest, I don't really know any other movies that he's been in, but
Journey to the Center of the Earth is a really good one.
Yeah. So cool stuff, Cy. What about you, Max? What do you got?
My what's hot is Mike Trout.
Okay.
Mike Trout has hit a home run in 7 straight baseball games. Let me say that again. 7 straight baseball games, Mike Trout has hit a home run in.
Pretty good.
That is unbelievable. It makes me again want to say how what's not the Angels are, but I won't. I'll refrain, but yeah, just really, really tough. My what's not was difficult because I don't want to talk about the top 5 losers of the draft because we have the top 5 losers to close down our segment today, our episode. So I kind of didn't want to
Yeah, we can we already had a lot of what's not, so we can move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. But yeah, let's talk, guys. I mean,
let's talk.
We had Russell Wilson's first time back in Seattle. We had Nathaniel Hackett's first time as a head coach. We had Packers debut without Devontae Adams. We had Raiders debut with Devontae Adams.
Trubisky's debut.
Yeah, a lot of rookies debut. We had a crazy week. A lot of teams with high hopes. Optimism was high, and optimism quickly fell. So what are our thoughts? I mean, really just Packers looked really bad. I mean, that was disturbing. We were all together watching the game, and it was
just sad. It was just straight up boring. Like nothing was working for us.
I would say it's a completely different game if Watson catches that pass and we punch it in.
Oh yeah, I mean the momentum would have been with us right away.
And if we punched it in at the 1 yard line, I don't think the game, in my opinion, I don't think the game was as bad as it actually looked for the Packers. I think that they're really close to having everything click and go their way in that game and win that game on the road in Minnesota. But like, again, I don't do what ifs really. I mean, I try not to do what ifs. So it's like, we got our asses kicked and Minnesota played a better game than us. And
AJ Dillon looked good.
It is what it is. So
I've never heard Mike get mad, and Mike
was pissed.
Mike was making some comments. I won't say the comments.
Mike said he wanted to shoot every Vikings fan in the face. And I concur. I was with you, Mike. They were brutal.
Mike was getting a little heated, but we all do once in a while.
Couple things I wanted to touch on with that game. Obviously, I think some things that we need to at least take into account. Alan Lazard was out. David Bakhtiari was out.
When is Bakhtiari coming back?
Supposed to be next week, but we'll see.
It's always supposed to with Bakhtiari.
Yeah. Elton Jenkins was out.
Other thing was Aaron Jones touched the ball 8 times. And that just kind of seems like a low amount of touches for someone you're paying a shit ton of money. And I believe he averaged over 9 yards a carry. So
yeah, it's all true.
What happened there either? So
yeah, that's just despicable.
Well, Matt LaFleur said after the game, like, that's unacceptable. Like that to happen. And it just is like, it makes me kind of annoyed. Like maybe there is something to this whole like starters not playing in the preseason thing. Like I never really thought that was like a real thing, but like the Chiefs played their starters in the preseason and they came out pretty good. Or they were fucking ridiculous.
The Lions played their starters in the games and look how many points they scored.
Yeah, I'll say this. I had a pick that looked really good. My Chiefs Super Bowl pick, but I had a pick that looked really bad. I don't think the Dolphins are going to be the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, that's such a horrible take.
They are good.
You thought the Dolphins would be the worst team in the NFL?
They're good. I really truly thought that. Can you let me explain? I really thought that Tyreek Hill was making a horrible career move because I truly, in my heart, thought that Tua is flop. I really thought he was bad.
Well, he wins.
So did Tebow.
Yeah, and he got close to a Super Bowl.
And he's playing baseball.
Tua's more talented than Tebow.
I don't know. The Dolphins.
I could not imagine a worse take than that. The Dolphins being the worst team in the league.
It was one of those like stretch like takes that would like, what is a crazy thing that could happen? Like that was it. I mean, I didn't actually going into the year think that they're going to be the worst team in the NFL. There are plenty of teams that are worse than them, but it kind of goes to my point that I think that Tua, I hope he proves himself this year. I like him. I think he's a good kid. I don't know. The Dolphins seem like they might have their shit together. Mike?
Yeah, going off of Tua, I think this week was an interesting one for quarterbacks that we were really questioning their ability. I think a lot of them got by this week. Mitch Trubisky comes out with a win. Jameis Winston.
Mitch Trubisky did not look good. I watched that entire game. He did not look good, but the defense absolutely saved them.
Jameis Winston had a comeback for the Saints in their game, and Carson Wentz has a fourth quarter comeback. I mean, it was against the Jags, but these were quarterbacks that were highly in question if they should even be starters this year. And it looks like they got by in week 1. So is Carson Wentz back? Is Jameis Winston back? We'll find out.
I love Jameis Winston. I think he's such a funny guy.
You got to eat that W.
Another guy that we got to talk about is Geno Smith.
Geno
Smith. People have been writing him off. But he goes out there and beats Russell Wilson, a much more talented Broncos team. He looked damn good out there. I mean, he looked quick. He looked nimble. He was throwing rockets. I mean, he got the win for them. Congrats to Geno Smith.
I will say I don't think people are writing off Geno Smith. I think people
have wrote him off. I mean, he's been a backup for forever.
Yeah.
People just don't talk about Geno Smith because he's irrelevant.
I mean, not now. He just went and beat out the Broncos.
Yeah, he got a nice. I mean, we're you know what? In the fairness of talking overreactions, week 1, good for Geno Smith. He put up 15 points and got just squeaked out a win against the overrated Broncos team. So I am happy for him. Good for him. But I still think Geno Smith is ass, and I think that he has been a backup in this league for years for a reason.
Well, we'll see what happens this year, but he looked damn good the first game. He had a really cool quote. People have been writing me off my whole career. I never wrote back.
Yeah. And there's this photo. There's a photo of him.
He didn't play back. He hasn't played back either, to be honest.
He hasn't what?
Is it Chris Goodwin? I don't know who Goodwin.
Godwin.
There's a photo on Twitter where there's like a freeze frame of where he is. This focuses. He's like grabbing. Jesus Christ, I hate blurred out back. He's grabbing the ass.
Oh, Goodwin. Okay. Nice. I saw it for like a millisecond. That's because your screen is blurred out.
Yeah, you're right.
Not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, good for Geno. It's good that he got a win. I mean, I think that it's good for the Seahawks. I was hoping that they win that game. Dude, does anybody else kind of starting to think that Russell Wilson's a weirdo?
He's always been a weirdo.
He's like, but it's like
There's always something off with him.
It's peaking. It's like did you notice that after that game too, that none of the Seahawks went over and said anything to him besides like Pete Carroll gave him like a brief hug, and then like he went over and like saw that Geno Smith and gave him a hug, and then nobody else on the team talked to him, and then he went to the locker room.
Well, the relationship was kind of sour last year, like to begin with. I don't think he really wanted to stay in Seattle. He was unhappy, so
yeah, he didn't.
Had him since 2011 or 2012, and you're pretty much just having your franchise quarterback be like, I don't want to be here this anymore. Like I would have a sour taste if I were his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's always been Mr. Unlimited. He's always been quirky like that. I don't think that
Unlimited
changed at all.
Yeah, he's weird. He's just like, I don't know, his old Let's Ride with the Broncos is weird, and all of it's weird. It's just I don't know.
He's like an awkward dude.
I have a feeling the Broncos might have they might be I think they're really overrated. And I think that they might miss the playoffs, honestly. Their division is pretty bad, but they still might miss the playoffs. One person I do want to talk about, the Niners. Oh,
yeah, it's also hard to.
They were bad.
It's hard to blame them. I mean, that field was literally unplayable. The rain was terrible. Yeah, Trey looked bad, but I mean, the dude, you couldn't even literally pick up the ball. It was so bad. If you guys watched it, it literally was disgusting.
Like the Bears eked out a win, but they didn't look like.
No, neither team deserved that win. It was just a literal like mud bowl.
Yeah, it's so funny. The Vikings played their Super Bowl. Like beating the Packers is the Vikings Super Bowl. But yeah, good for them that they got a win, and congratulations, you beat the Packers in week 1. Glad that Zadarius Smith is gonna have to play with them for the rest of the year. Yes, Mike.
Here's an overrated take. Saquon Barkley's back in action. He's not going to get injured at all this year.
160 yards this week.
30 fantasy points, had a tutty with 160 rushing yards. He played over 80% of offensive snaps. So Saquon, nothing can go wrong. You can do it.
He'll get injured next week.
Sterling looks like Devontae's back too. Seems like he's going to be just fine.
Well, here's the thing. If you wanna go down that little bit of a not rabbit hole, but Devontae Adams, I believe, like Derek Carr had a hard on for Devontae Adams. He was targeted like 18 or 19 times, while the rest of his receiving core was like 10 targets or something. Derek Carr was forcing it to him.
It's Davante Adams.
Yep, it worked.
Did you see Derek Carr's last throw before the Raiders lost? Threw it up to Davante Adams, left it like 20 feet short and got picked up.
Really?
Oof.
Like, I think Davante got a little big for his britches and is going to realize how much he's going to miss Rodgers this year. I really do. Like, I mean, yeah, if you throw a guy a ball 40 times, he's going to catch the ball 20. But it's like, I think he's going to really miss him. I really do. Tough look.
Yeah. One more topic I wanted to cover. We cannot not talk about the Steelers defense this week. Obviously, the Steelers offense wasn't there, but guys, come on. 5 interceptions against Joe Burrow, who just fucking went to the Super Bowl. I mean, was it on Joe Burrow or is the Steelers defense this good?
I mean, I think Joe Burrow, I think it's a combination of both. I think the Steelers defense is really good, but I think Joe Burrow had a really bad game.
Yeah. Minka with the pick 6, TJ Watt with the pick. He had the sack, 2 deflections. I mean, they had the.
I hope you enjoyed watching TJ Watt.
Field goal blocks. I mean, he's not out for the year anymore.
What?
He's got a second opinion. They said it's not fully torn and that he'll probably be back in 6-8 weeks, I thought.
I'd rather have 0 interceptions, 0 torn pecs over 5 interceptions and 1 torn pec.
Cam Hayward also got hurt and Najee Harris got hurt. So
yeah.
I'll tell you what, Steelers ended up I was texting Tyler during the game and I was like, oh my God, the Steelers look good. And then I fell asleep and I woke up and the game was tied. I'm like, what the fuck? And the Steelers, I mean, they're going to be Tyler. They're going to brace. They're going to be a really frustrating team to watch this year.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be frustrated. They're like the Badgers. They're going to be frustrating.
I'm waiting for when Kenny Pickett starts coming in and balls out.
Yeah, I mean,
Trubisky, he'll show flashes, but he just can't get the job done. I know I'm so back and forth on him, but I just was not seeing it this weekend.
What, Trubisky?
Yeah, Trubisky. He just so many 3-and-outs, so many wasted throws, wasted plays.
Yeah, I mean,
bad
you're giving him 1 week.
No, yeah, you're right. I should be a little more.
Giving Mitch 1 week to make.
I should be a little more lenient with Mitch.
And he got a win.
He did not deserve that win. I'll tell you that.
The Steelers as a team did not deserve.
The Bengals also should be on the major fuck up list right now.
Yeah. We're not talking about the Bengals. They were fucking dog shit.
They were horrible.
They were bad. Holy crap, were they bad? Titans? Yikes. Titans blew what? A 3-touchdown lead to the fucking Giants?
Giants are so bad.
I don't know. I like Brian Dable. I'm happy he won.
Yeah. What else? Oh, another one. AJ Brown coming in with Jalen Hurts, who barely throws for any yards ever. Goes in over 160 yards. AJ Brown, holy crap, he looked good.
Yeah, I think that Eagles offense is going to be scary this year. I said that. I thought Jalen Hurts
is going to be 4 guys with rushing touchdowns.
Oh, McCutcheon, 2-run bomb, 6'4".
Thanks.
Yeah, go Jalen Hurts. Go Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. But also, Lions, what, they put up 35 points?
Yeah, I kind of like the Lions after watching Hard Knocks, dude. They're an easy team to cheer for after seeing who they are as an organization and Dan Campbell. After watching Hard Knocks, I truly kind of like them. If you guys watched Hard Knocks, you would understand. But
yeah, I hate the
Bears. I hate the Vikings. But the Vikings, the Lions, you just kind of feel bad for.
Yeah. Mike, anything to add?
Who do we think is gonna be the longest winless team in the NFL this year?
Ooh. I don't know. In my opinion, I have a feeling it might be the Jaguars.
Ty?
Texans.
I'm gonna say Jets. No.
Well, that's 3 really bad teams that we just looked at. I think all 3 of us have a shot here at winning. But
I don't know. Davis Mills is kind of the GOAT.
It could be
Davis Mills. Tyler, wasn't your take that David Mills is the answer in Houston?
He is the
Did you
answer.
say that?
He's their Lord and Savior.
But you picked them to be the worst team and to lose and be the most winless team.
Yeah, you know.
That seems like a contradicting take.
Wait. Time out. Okay. Technically, you're right. They freaking tied the Colts.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, so they haven't won, but they haven't lost yet.
Yeah, they haven't done either.
Okay, I like it. Feisty.
Another bad game by the Colts, underperforming. A lot of like really the Super Bowl contending teams, playoff contending teams really underperformed week 1.
Yeah.
Colts, San Fran, Packers. I mean, the Buccaneers didn't even play that great. Dallas, they're in big trouble. Dallas is in big trouble.
Yeah, Dak minimum, I saw 6-8 weeks minimum for his broken thumb. I mean, they have Cooper Rush right now. They better sign Jimmy G or trade for him.
Yeah,
that game was so boring to watch.
I know. I was
Sunday night football game with the Bucks and the Cowboys.
That was terrible.
brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Anything else you guys want to recap?
No, I mean, I'm good. I thought that was a great discussion. I'm so stoked for a top 5. I got mine locked and loaded and ready to go.
A lot of mine have been covered in terms of biggest losers, but I guess I can go first since I already have a lot of mine covered. I only have like 2 or 3.
Sure. Well, still repeat your top 5 though. Just don't expand on them if it's covered.
Yeah, I didn't know that we were doing necessarily a top 5, so I just kind of had the biggest losers of the week, just 5 of them.
Okay.
My first one was definitely the Broncos and Russell Wilson going into Seattle and losing to Geno Smith. Pretty sad. I mean, considering the talent that they have a very good team, very bad. So Broncos and Russell Wilson, huge losers. They were getting absolutely flamed on Twitter after that game. So was Russ. He absolutely deserves it. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, he doesn't deserve all the blame. The 2 running backs, Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, both fumbled on the 1-yard line. So that absolutely screwed them. Another big loser, Elijah Mitchell, and the whole field situation with the Bears. Like, he literally got his MCL sprain, like his pretty bad knee injury because of that field condition. So, like, big loser, Bears organization for not making sure they didn't check. Apparently, this field was not tested under rain conditions, and people got hurt because of it. A significant running back in the NFL is now hurt, and he's going to be out for a minimum of 2 months because of it. So, boo-hoo, Bears. Bears, you're always messing things up. We wish you weren't in the league.
Fuck the Bears. Lick my taint.
Yes, Max has been a little aggressive today. He's feeling a little hot today.
I'm hot and I'm ready to go. It's okay to let it loose. You just got to say how you feel on the pod. It's
except some things you can't say.
Yeah, I mean, some things I can't say, but I can tell anybody I want to lick my taint. That's not
sure, but all right. Next, we're moving on. We gotta sometimes bring Max back in.
Wait. I have a call. It's Max's mom, Mrs. Hoffman. Did you know that your son wanted to lick? He wanted you to lick his taint. All right, bye. Have a good one.
That's messed up. That's really messed up.
We said anyone.
We love you. Okay. Don't listen to this.
Well, top 5 losers. I'm gonna.
I got 2 done.
Yeah, he's got 2 done.
Jeez, you cut me off at 2.
All right. Sorry, God.
Cowboys, we talked about that. Losing Dak, they looked horrible even before Dak went down. But not having Dak, I saw their power ranking. I saw it at dinner. It went from number 10 power ranked in the NFL to 26. That's probably the biggest drop I've ever seen in 1 week.
Oh, big yikes.
Yeah. Next up, Rodrigo Blankenship. Talk about a short leash. Gets cut after missing. He got cut this week after 1 week of mishaps.
That's sad. He had such a great story too, how he got to the NFL.
What was the story? Like shortened version?
He was a nerd and he never really played football in his life. And then whatever college he went to, he tried kicking.
Georgia?
Made the NFL.
Still looks like a nerd.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Next up. First off, got to commend James Robinson for having a 9-month recovery from an Achilles injury, which is the hardest thing to come back in sports. And he goes out there and has an absolute killer of a game, James Robinson. But the real losers in this situation, any Travis Etienne fantasy owner thinking that he's going to be the guy. I mean, based on that first week, I mean, he dropped that touchdown pass and James Robinson looked like he was the guy. So RIP to those James Robinson or to those Travis Etienne fantasy owners.
I have ETN, but I also have James Robinson. So
well, good thing you picked both.
Yeah. Good thing.
Maxie, you're up.
There was one thing that okay. Hold on, I had to switch one thing. Okay, all right, I'm ready. Okay, number 5 is going to be Aaron Rodgers. And here's why. I was very disappointed watching the Packer game. I was disappointed in Aaron Rodgers. I thought that he showed a major lack of leadership in the game. I thought that he looked very, I'm too holy to play with these scrubs. Yep. That's the vibe that I got from Rodgers.
He's too good for this team.
Like that touchdown pass that he threw should have been a touchdown pass to Christian Watson. Did you guys see his face after he dropped the ball?
Well,
he went like this, looked at the sideline, and went like this. And it's just like, I don't know. He gave me major douche vibes in the game. Like, I just felt like, stop sitting and cussing on the sidelines and throwing your iPad and shit. Like, you have to know that you have a long way to go on offense. Like, you have to know that. You are playing with just a slew of rookie receivers. So you got to give them a chance. I know you demand excellence, and that's great. And I think the Packers should demand excellence. They have been a great team for a very long time, but come on, you have to show some better leadership than that, in my opinion. I don't care who you are. Like, I love Aaron Rodgers, and I'm happy that he's a Packer, but like, I didn't like the way he carried himself in the game. I thought that he was shrugging his shoulders the whole game at his rookie receivers. I thought that he looked pissed off the whole game. I thought he acted negative, and I think it affected our offense. I really did. And he looked defeated when Watson dropped that pass. I didn't see a whole lot of building up. I saw a lot of tearing down.
Yeah, he never cheers on his teammates, it seems like, unless they're doing good. Like, he never is like, oh, you got it, or like, pat someone on the back if they're doing
when
bad.
Things are bad, it's never Rodgers' fault. And then when things are good, it's always hidden. So it's like, I like Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know. I just didn't like how he looked in this game. I thought he played like shit. He played like shit. I don't think Aaron Rodgers played good at all. And I mean, I know we have rookie receivers, but yeah, I don't like how he acted. Do you both agree with me on that? Or?
Oh, yeah, I 100% agree.
Mike? All right. Number 4, Joe Burrow. Just a tough look. Didn't play a good game. Tough, really, really tough. You really hope to not. I like the Bengals. I mean, I was happy that they made it to the Super Bowl last year. I really hope they wasn't a flash in the pan. I hope Burrow's not a flash in the pan. Like, I hope that he comes back and the Bengals come back and they'll be fine. But Burrow, really bad game. 5 picks. Ugh, that's just not how you want to start your season. So bad luck. Number 3, Cam Akers.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
Oh, my God. He ran the ball 3 times in the whole game. What are we doing here? It was so bad. And Cam Akers is a very high fantasy projected pick, and he was terrible. The Rams look terrible.
You just didn't give him any plays.
Oh, did Stafford look bad? The Rams looked bad. Their defense looked bad. Everything. The Rams looked awful. I'd panic way more as a Rams fan than I would as a Packers fan, if I'm being 110% honest. They had a fully healthy team that was ready to go, and they looked horrid. And they still got their star receiver. So anyway, moving down, number 2, Dallas. Dallas has been covered immensely. They're a joke. Will always be a joke. They're one of my favorite jokes of all time. I love Dallas being bad.
We need to bring Stephen A on just to talk about Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
How about them Cowboys?
He was really funny this week too. And number 1, Russell Wilson. Really bad. What a joke. That was terrible. Seattle's literally going to be one of the worst teams in football this year, and you just embarrassed yourself in Seattle in front of all the Seahawks fans on opening day. nice impression as a Broncos quarterback. Mike, over to you.
All right, top 5 biggest losers in week 1. Number 5, I'm going to be going with Bill Belichick. Let's be honest, this isn't looking too good. You lose to the Dolphins 20-7. It's really looking like that it was the Tom Brady show during his time there. Like, I don't know. I think Belichick has a lot more blame that can be put on him than people in the past just going like, oh, whatever Belichick does, if I don't agree with it, he must have some sort of evil mastermind, but he's human too, in my opinion. Yeah. So I'm really interested to see how the rest of the Patriots year is going to go.
I think that's a good take, Mike. I kind of agree with you. I think he's
I mean,
might be time to move on.
Move on.
I used to hop on this guy is elite train for the longest time.
Joe Flacco?
I'm gonna have to say Joe Flacco. Didn't look too sharp. I don't understand how he won the starting spot over Sam. What's his tits?
Okay, first of all, he didn't win.
First of all, Sam Darnold is not on the team.
Second of all, Sam Darnold's not on the team. And third of all,
their quarterback is hurt for 4 weeks.
Wait, who's their starting QB?
Zach Wilson.
Oh man, Mike.
Zach Wilson.
Someone's not in the know.
I bet Zach
went from a great take and plummeted to.
All right, Mike Stock.
Well, it is still Joe Flacco. He's the
Mike Stock is just tanking right now.
Jets lost.
He just dropped 35% in 1 minute.
Joe Flacco not looking hot. That's all I'm gonna say. Number 3.
Where are you?
I got to bounce. I really got to bounce back here. Is going to be the Lions safety Tracy Walker. He was ejected from the game because in the third quarter he was throwing punches and he had 2 personal foul calls. Got to be better than that.
He's throwing punches at helmets.
It might have been. I have to double check.
That's the dumbest thing you can ever do. Punching a helmet.
I get it's an instack thing, like you want to punch someone in the face, but you're in the NFL. First of all, got to be held probably to a little bit of a higher standard when you have tens of thousands of people live and millions of people watching you. Of course, you're going to get fined. Of course, you're going to get in trouble. But yeah, you're just going to mess up your hand. I don't know if you guys ever tried punching a football helmet before, but it's not that effective. Number 2 is going to be, instead of the Cowboys and Dak Prescott, I'll stick with the Cowboys, but Mike McCarthy. You're just a big fat loser. I don't understand how he kept his coaching job over this past season. It's just a wild man, obese, looks very ugly. He must have had to give Jerry Jones a ring around job or something like that to keep his head coaching position this year. So, Mike, I don't know, do better. And number 1 biggest loser in week 1 of the NFL. I am shocked you guys did not bring this up, but I'm going to have to go with the man that I love, Chris Collinsworth. I don't know if you guys heard his announcing on Sunday. He had some sort of illness of his voice. Sounded like he was smoking 20 packs of cigs a day when he was announcing. And I'll be honest, just take a sick week if that's what you sound like. I love him.
So bad.
I love here's a guy, but when you sound like death, I'd rather not hear you do color commentary on Sunday Night Football, America's game of freaking week. So
yeah. Another big one that we didn't mention as a loser, we talked about it a little bit, but Burrow's got to be on this list.
I just mentioned Burrow.
Oh, you did mention Burrow? Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought that wasn't in the biggest loser list.
I mentioned him in the biggest loser list.
Okay, my bad.
He was my number 3.
All right, well, add me to the list.
And then my new number 1, bump out Russell Wilson and put him
together. No, Mike should be number 1 with his Sam Darnold comment, but I could be number 2. I could be number 2.
All right, boys. Well, that was good stuff today. Another great podcast, another great episode full of fun, laughs, and love. We thank
you sounded so exciting saying that.
We thank you all for listening. Cash has to go potty, and she's looking at me right now and whining. But yeah, thank you all for listening. Subscribe, follow us on subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, however you want to listen. Just we appreciate you listening. So thank you. And Ty, how about you send us out of town?
Pot out.